2017 was a year of hell. My marriage was beyond repair. I'd known that for a long time, and attempts to work on it over the years had been met with indifference. I guess I kept hoping something would change. It didn't. I finally got up the courage to talk to a divorce lawyer, and I filed. What followed was one of the most stressful years of my life. A high-conflict divorce, starting a new job I already hated, and a close family member going through a serious mental health crisis that required extended hospitalization. I was stretched thin, emotionally and mentally. Intense workouts helped me get through it, but I was about as anxious and unsettled as I've ever been. And the truth is, when the divorce was over, things didn't get better. Over the next year and a half, I stayed in that job I couldn't stand, and I got into a relationship that on the surface looked nothing like my marriage, but it was toxic, emotionally unpredictable, chaotic, and consuming. At the time, I didn't see it clearly, but it became a mirror. It actually became a great teacher, and at that point, I was ready to learn. I saw how I was still trying to hold everything together, still performing, still chasing connection through control and suppressing my own voice. I realized I was afraid to show weakness. I was afraid to admit I didn't have it all together. I was in deep people-pleasing mode, still believing that if I said the right things and did the right things, I could make it all work. I could control all the things. I thought that was strength, but it wasn't. It was exhausting, and I was miserable. I had built a life that looked respectable, at least from the outside. I was doing what I thought I was supposed to do. I'm sure many of you can relate to that concept. But it was a life I couldn't breathe in. Somewhere along the way, I had buried myself under layers of expectations, responsibilities, and emotional noise. I had made myself invisible, even to myself. Eventually, I ended that relationship, and I gave myself space to figure out who I really was. Not the version of me that made everyone else comfortable, but the real version I had lost sight of. I spent the next several months going on long runs. I listened to podcasts and YouTube videos, especially about relationships, dating, and people-pleasing. I wasn't looking for inspiration. I was trying to understand how I got here and how not to go back. I knew my future depended on learning from the mistakes I had made. I had to get my shit together. I had this sense of urgency about it all that I can't even put into words. I felt like everything was on the line. Now, I could have focused on external things, such as being angry at my ex-wife, but I knew that wasn't going to help. I knew I had played a role in my own misery, and I needed to figure it out and be honest with myself about it. And slowly, I started to dig out from under it all. I let go of the need to be liked by everyone. I started saying no. I stopped trying to manage other people's emotions as a way to feel safe and in control. I stopped apologizing for taking up space in my own life. When I started dating again, I was ready. I was scared, but I felt ready. I knew I wasn't the same person I used to be, and I made a decision. I wasn't going to perform. I wasn't going to sell some kind of fake, polished version of myself to get someone to like me. I wasn't looking to be chosen. At this point, I was looking to choose. The question became, do I like them? Do they bring calm or chaos into my life? Do they respect who I actually am, not who I'm pretending to be? And just as importantly, do I respect them? I wasn't going to settle. Being alone looked like a much better option than being with the wrong person again. In fact, it's funny now, but I told myself then that I would never get married again. You got to watch the word never. Not too long after that, I met the woman who would become my wife. Now, from the beginning, it felt different. I felt grounded, present. I can honestly say I felt confident. I didn't feel like I was walking on eggshells or trying to manage her perception of me. I could just be and stay kind, but true to myself. This needed to be real or it wasn't going to happen. It was as simple as that. I wasn't going to sell out again. Eventually, we got married. And we have a close, trusting relationship built on both of us being emotionally honest with each other. I've learned I can be imperfect and it's okay. I don't have to hide or perform anymore. I can show up as myself and still be deeply connected. And beyond the romantic side of life, everything else began to shift too. I started feeling more solid in social situations. I stopped caring so much about whether everyone liked me. My relationship with my adult kids grew stronger. I was so happy about that because there had been efforts to discredit me during the divorce. They saw the changes in me, and I realized something powerful. I did not expect this. They trust me and respect me more now, not because I've always got it together, but because I'm finally being real. They also see me happier and in a real loving relationship. Even my career started to change. I've scaled back to working part-time, and I'm gradually stepping away from a field that no longer reflects who I am or where I can have the greatest impact. That would have terrified me years ago. Now it feels like alignment. It's still a little scary sometimes, but I know this is the only life I've got, and I really do want to make the most of it. I don't want to waste it. I do not want to waste another minute suppressing myself. I haven't figured everything out. I still have moments where those old patterns tug at me, but I'm much more self-aware and they don't control me anymore. I can actually say I like my life. I'm mostly satisfied and at peace most of the time. It's much different than it used to be. And of course, nobody's in a happy mood 24/7, but in general, am I happy? Absolutely. And what I know now is this: you can live a life that looks respectable and still feel buried in it, but you don't have to stay buried. It's not easy, but you can dig out, you can rebuild, you can be free. It's not too late.